Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving my instant reaction to the Kambosos Jr. win via unanimous decision versus Wyllie. We'll start with that one. If you are new around here and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, like video if you do indeed like video, and let's get straight into it. So yeah, we'll start with the Kambosos Jr. unanimous decision victory. It was a interesting fight. I mean, a fight that was entertaining, and predictions wise for me, I have gotten all my 3 predictions wrong for this card, so maybe I'm not the best bet if you wanted to bet, but you know, most of the time I'm pretty successful. This was just a card which was tough to predict, but yeah, like I say, a unanimous decision win for Kambosos Jr. He did arguably win pretty much all the rounds. He was looking very sharp with his left hook and was able to land that consistently early on, and you were kind of thinking, oh, maybe he's going to be able to stop him. But the longer the fight went on, the more confidence Wyllie had. I think he came into it a bit nervous, but yeah, he definitely grew in confidence. You could see the exchanges at the end of each round where Wyllie was having success and was able to, you know, land some big punches and showcase off his power at times. You know, he did look a bit one-dimensional, a bit flat at points, and, you know, wasn't always showcasing as much kind of technical skill as that of Kambosos Jr., but he just gave it 100%, and that's all you want. I mean, he's got given a Matchroom contract off of this, and that's just incredible to see, to be completely honest. I love that Eddie Hearn has done that, and yeah, it was a good fight. It was a fight, I suppose. It was a good fight, but I don't think it's a fight that's really grown Kambosos Jr.'s stock. It's definitely grown Wyllie's, but Kambosos Jr. now, you know, a bit of a, not scrappy, but a performance that wasn't amazing. It wasn't kind of setting the world alight or anything like that, and so it's definitely not gonna kind of create more hype for him. I think he had trouble selling tickets for this fight, and I don't think that's going to help him. And in general, yeah, that in that aspect, it wasn't the best for him. And now he's been given, you know, they've said June time, if he can get all patched up and fixed up, then he's got that Hitchens opportunity right there. Is that performance really worthy of a world title shot? I'm not entirely sure, but you know, apparently it is, and now he goes on to that. And to move on to the Brown split decision victory versus Nicolson, she is now the new WBC featherweight champion, and full credit to her. I mean, it started off with Nicolson kind of doing what she normally does in fights, where she's on the back foot and she's picking the shots and she's moving nicely with her shots, and you were kind of thinking, you know, this is going to be another statement performance, another similar to what we've seen before performance from Nicolson. But Brown definitely grew into it, became more physical. Nicolson seemed to struggle with that physicality, and that was a question which I've always had in Nicolson's career, just if she can deal with somebody who's going to be physically up close and in with her. She didn't look bad in close, but it was just not quite able to keep up the same way, and anytime she tried to push off Brown, it just didn't really seem to work, and Brown was always able to just kind of go back to being quite scrappy again. And again, it was, you know, a pretty physical contest, just like the main event was. But yeah, Brown split decision victory, you could argue, you know, she did deserve that. It was a very close fight realistically. I mean, either way, the judges were kind of thereabouts right. You can't really argue with it. It's not a controversial one, that kind of wise. And so Nicolson, you know, that's a very big name. She had just been given the WBC Fighter of the Year from last year in the dressing room beforehand for this fight, and now she's obviously lost, so she's going to have to rebuild back. Will we see a rematch straight away? To be honest, I doubt it. I feel like there's some other good contests for Tiara to have, and you know, I think going for maybe IBF champ, maybe WBA champ could be, you know, a good little route to go down, and I think there is some good fights there for Brown. And Nicolson, yeah, like I said, I feel like she's going to have to go and rebuild. And then also, you know, Johnson got a TKO win via in round 7 versus Hughes. Hughes' team threw in the towel, and yeah, she's now still WBA bantamweight champion. Full credit to her again. You know, that was a much better performance, really silencing any kind of controversy, doubts that there was in the first fight. And Hughes looked quite poor, and to be honest, she looked maybe a bit more showing of her age and a bit wary, and Johnson looked again just physically that better and that bit bigger, a bit stronger, and used her size very well to be able to get that inevitable stoppage victory. And that was probably one of the best, if not the best, win in her career, Johnson. And so she then moves on. Again, like I say, other very big fights there. Maybe a Dina Forsen fight could happen soon. That would be an excellent contest to see. But yeah, she's really cementing herself as a champion, and she has that big following as well. It was just interesting to see that she was so low down the card, because of course we saw Teremoana Jr. ahead of her in the card. He won via TKO in round 1 versus Singh. Yet again, another good knockout performance for him, and another performance in which he showcase that he is a very big guy who just puts it on you and you just can't deal with it. And another opponent that hasn't been able to deal with it. Yes, he's not really been tested too much so far, but there's definitely, he's 7 fights, 7 knockouts, a lot of first round ones. Within, the next fight or two, he probably is going to be in the shot with a top guy. And people are talking about a Moses Atama. I mean, I think Moses Atama is on a bit of a different route at the moment, but maybe something like a Fraser Clark, if Fraser Clark wins his next fight or something like that, that could be an excellent contest going down the line. But yeah, he's definitely one to watch out for coming out of Australia, and I feel like Australia need another, good heavyweight. Of course, they have from Oceania, they have Joseph Parker, but I feel like a good up-and-coming name alongside, a couple of the other good names that they have. Something like Teremoana is an excellent fighter to be coming through, and Matchroom have done well signing him, and he is progressing, like I've mentioned, very well. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like video if you did, like video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.